Okay, I want to talk to you just briefly about templates. In the assignment, I don't have you use templates, but there's something you should know about. They're pretty foundational to XSLT, but for whatever reason, I feel like they kind of push the class a little harder than I would like, so in terms of complexity. But some of my examples, other parts of technologies that I want you to know about, the thing I want you to know about in doing that, the example has a template in it so that you don't get confused. I want to just briefly explain what they are. So this example here, I'm just going to run it. We saw with the exercise, when we run our XSLT code, we have to be in our .xml file. So here we have our href. It calls out to our people to HTML process person.xsl file. And basically what this is sort of a famous people XML file. We're going to run it, open up in Firefox, and here we get famous people. Looks like some just HTML was printed out, and then here's some dynamic stuff that was printed out via the XSLT file. So let's take a look at that. Here it's a very simple looking file, and it is quite simple, but there's a couple things in here just so you can get a handle on what a template is. First, we do our template match, which we've seen that brings the whole file into memory or to the processor so it can do something to it. Our HTML, our head file, body, we have our famous people that we saw, right? Famous people. A little horizontal rule to kind of clean it up. And then we have an unordered list. And with ULs, usually what goes in there are lists. So you can see down here we have our LI, and that's what makes the bullets here, is the listing function in HTML. But the tricky thing here we have is apply templates. And what templates do in the XSLT world is it allows you to reuse code. It's kind of like when we did our parameters, entities, and the document type definitions. Or the named complex types, that sort of thing. What the idea is that you want to be able to reuse your code, and that's across the board in the programming world. You're always reusing stuff. So apply templates in XSLT, same idea. So here, what we have is apply templates. So it's going to select, and it uses this expression, and what it's going to go out and look for is to template match it with person, and this is just how it works. It's a little funny, but what it does is brings the context node down to person, and then it goes out and finds this template and matches it, that's person and person, and then runs the template, whatever is in the template. In this case, we have a value of select. We talked a little bit about current in the PowerPoint presentation. You're not going to be doing current in the homework, but what this does is essentially behaves like a loop and loops through all the .xml file and gets each person and gets their name and description, and that's, I think, pretty much it. No, gets everything, I think. Yeah, gets everything, and then prints it out in a LI, which is a bullet in HTML. So let's just we'll run it again, take a look at it, launch it in Firefox, and here it is. We get Winston Churchill, prints out twice, and I don't know why, but it gives us the description, the rest of the information in there. So anyways, that's how templates work. Very simple example. And then we use the current, which is a XPath function that basically just says wherever you are, give me that current information and everything that's in that node. I guess excluding attributes, though. We didn't get the attributes. We don't get that. And anyways, that wouldn't give it because those are in person. So we're getting everything that's below the value below person, name and description. So that's templates. We're going to look at another one here. In fact, I'm going to stop this video and then I'll just make another one when we do our next example.